Welcome to the Ideal Analytics special session, how it works within Salesforce.com. Ideal Analytics is just another analytics tool which redefines the business intelligence practice. It is integrated with Salesforce.com, and you actually can use many of Salesforce data to work with Ideal Analytics while you are very much within Salesforce.com environment. It has got the different integration facilities. You are working in the Ideal Analytics cloud while within Salesforce, getting their data, analyzing them, and then representing them. So it's a perfect tool for user synchronization. The administrator of the Salesforce grants permission to privileged users for Ideal Analytics access within the Salesforce. You know that when you see the Ideal Analytics tab. So when the tab is visible, you actually see the dashboard. The dashboard is based on the data which is permissible for the user given by the administrator. And on the left hand side you can see a kind of a hierarchical explorer which is going to be explained in the next step. How do we come to the explorer? But this is what you see at the end. We show you how you import data from Salesforce to Ideal Analytics. You create a data source with your own account. This is how you create it. You give it a name, a description if you want, and you are awarded with a connector already. Put some specifications, and here, say for example, we are dealing with the lead data object, leads. Okay, we select all the fields, and then this is the data source. And now we have to configure it and create a data set. We are now on the track of creating a data set. How do we create it? You see it here. You first select a data source, the one that is given to you, which is leads, then give it a name, and this name you will say have for your reference. Then you get all the fields here. You select all of them in this particular case. When you see this, you will see that there is a type field. Most of them are marked D because they are dimensions. Only 2 in this case are marked as F. Now we are selecting number of employees and annual revenue as facts. Okay. Now please remember that all these facts fields has to be numeric. What we are doing here are bringing these 2 fields down for our usage and ease of analysis. So we're bringing these 2 down, and on these 2 facts, all the above dimensions would be acted upon. So you see, first one is a generated ID. You don't have to bother about it, that field name, because that is a internal for internal usage. What you have to bother about is the alias name, and then you are having the source name, then the type, and then the data type, of course, and what kind of operations. Over here it's not so much of use. Then you are actually ticking those fields on which you might be using some filters. Okay, now you got the whole thing. This is called configuration, and then we are now doing a drill down. Again, give it a name. See how we are selecting the particular fields, and the order in which you select them would be the drill down order. This is very important. If you want, you can actually change the order. You can just change the whole thing. You may not like it. You change it. So this is showing you the changes. Now you see there's got a specific order in which we are selecting it. Subsequently you can change the order, there's no problem. But now when you have set the drill down there, now it says that unsaved changes in the configuration, let it be that way. Then we are saving it. Follow what it says, and the data set is created, updated successfully. Now this data set is the one on which we are working upon. Now check out there, we have to load the data set. Here we are at the most important step of this operation. We are loading data. Loading into our data. It's now data set. Now there are two options, fail-safe loading and abort an error. You might want to just whenever you find an error, you might want to abort it, or you want to do it on a fail-safe basis where only the correct data would be loaded and the wrong data would be shown in a separate area. Now here it is getting loaded. Now you see when the load is being done, the icon actually, the load would take a little bit of time. When the load is getting time, the icon is getting changed. Now watch this. You see the icon written below, successfully loaded. So when the loading is done, the sign over there is changed. So it means the loading is complete. And then where you do, what you do is you get it explode. So you double click on the explore, the data is loaded. The data is loaded means that all the calculation and everything is done. You actually see the first cut of a dashboard. And then you start, your next operation, the analysis operations. Here you can select the country, you can select a drill down geo, and you see the data is getting changed. When you change it to a load source or different dimension, the figure changes. So here we are showing you the different options of exploring. We started with the leads object, but we've got another object, sales data, which we imported from another data file. We are actually going to show you the magic of this exploration through that sales data, simply because the data is more appropriate and you would understand it with all its paraphernalia. Okay, now we are here in the sales data. Now in order to show you in a better way, let us just for a while hide the explorer. Okay, now you see in the whole screen there are 4 divisions in terms of 4 steps. The first step, of course, is you can see that we are selecting a fact. Now there are 2 facts. I can select in one of them, so I'm actually selecting one fact, and I might as well also select another fact if I want it. So your whatever you see would be on 2 different facts. Now this is what you see. Let us come down to the step 2, and you see over here different tables which are basically dimensions on the 2 facts. Okay, which means you are with respect to a dimension, what is the result, what is the aggregate result of the fact. That is what you see here, and so many of them are there. Now here we come down to one of them. Say if you select that, basically what we are doing is filtering only that with respect to that dimension. So now what you see in the picture is reoriented in terms of that dimension only, which is filtering out the other dimensions. Okay, we can deselect it also. We can come back to the original one. Okay, that's the original one you saw. Now we are in step number 3. Now in step number 3, what we are doing is showing you the comparison, 3 options. One is the comparison view, the other one is a tabular view, and the other one, of course, is just normal visualization. Okay, this is the one that you see in a visualize. That is a normal visualization. Now you see the comparison view. Over here you can actually have a particular fact compared with respect to 2 dimensions, and here you get the depiction of what the result would be. And you know the tabular value, of course, you've been seeing all these time. So these are the 3 options. Here, in step 4, we can on ad hoc, real time, change the dimensions. See, from region it has gone to product, and oh, see, voila, you get the new distribution of the fact with respect to that dimension. Here there are different trends, different pictures, different visualizations rather. You can set the chart size to comprise more data. You can show the data tips. This is basically to embellish the pictures. Okay, now you see that the aggregate value with respect to the clients, the aggregate sales commission with respect to the clients. This is what you see here as in the exploration. Here we are going to show you the different types of charts and how to depict data. You see, when you click it here, you see the different types of charts there, and the data would be depicted as per you select them. There are all different types, and I'm not going to name them. You can know them very well. This is how you get the different visualization of the same data. This is also important, the pie visualization. And this, the most important is, therefore, why it is showing 2 pies, because there are 2 facts. Okay, so all the different kinds of options and changes we are showing you now. Please go along with us. Okay, here now when you know that, let us go down to the drill downs. Now we have got 3 drill down structure: the region, country, and the client. So you start with the region. That is what you see. Double click it here, and you go down to the next one, which is the country, and again click it there. You go down to the next one, which is the client. And when you have done that, you can roll it up also. So the roll up is also step by step. So we know how to drill it down, roll it up, and now we are going to save the whole Explorer. Before that, of course, we thought we should show you in a bigger screen so you know how to do it. There you go with the country. Do it again. You go with the clients. Okay, and roll it up also. You would see the second one, and here you would see the first level. So now we got to save the depiction. That's exactly what we are going to do, but there is a little trick there. While doing it, you see there are 2 types of dashboards. One is a personal one, the other is a corporate dashboard. Personal is only visible to you. Corporate is the one that you create a group and it is visible to the users in that group. Now here is what you say. The view group name, you give a name. You have to create a group. Okay, then you give a description, save the group view group created, and then you create the view captions. The group can see many captions, so you just give them a name and you select, of course, the group that you have already created, and then save the view. So the dashboard is saved now. So you can show either the personal dashboard whenever you come back, or you can show the corporate dashboard as per your group, and all the group members would see that. This is the ultimate phase of our analysis, which is report creation. We create a report here. All our reports over here are templatized, which means a name is given, a template is created, and the report is launched. You see how we go there? The report template is saved. Now we are going to view the report and check the create the configuration of the report. See here, we want to do we are actually creating another item, which is we are trying to put in the graphical item. So we are adding a current item. We are naming that. The graph is shown here. Now when we click include table here, that in addition to the graph, we want to actually show the table which has created the graph. Then we save the report. And with this template, we would now see the table view where we can do a little bit of change in the configuration. If you want that, you might only select a couple of them. Even after when you have configured it, now you update it. It is configured, and you view the report. Now viewing the report, you're actually doing the same thing, adding the current item. Here you do the launching. You want to do the report in the same order as that of the dimensions that we have selected. Okay. Adding this also. We are adding this facts in the aggregate values, giving the report a name. We know what content goes there. Save the report. And then now we are going into the open launch configuration. What it does is it takes you to a place where you give the launch specification and launch it. Now it would take a little bit of time, and the report is launched. And somewhere else we have to go to see how the download is going. After some time, the download will show that the download is complete. This will tell you, and you would see it in your active subdirectory. The download is complete here. Let's go and see how it looks like. You see the report here, the description, then you see the graphical item here, and you also see the tabular thing in terms of the way, the hierarchy that you have selected. This is the most beautiful. We show you now the USP of Ideal Analytics, which is the externalization feature. Actually, from among the items in the dashboard, you can pick up a couple and put it into some external documents, be it an HTML document where you can put the HTML there, or be it a PDF or a doc, or even a Salesforce chatter doc where you can copy this URL and put it. Now let us do this. Let us show it with a chatter, And this is how you do it. You write the link, give it a name, give it some kind of a description. Just writing the description. These descriptions are actually very nice while it shows it, and then share it. It'll come in here. You see it. And it'll take a couple of seconds, and then it'll show you there. Now a very similar one would be shown. Now we were going to show you how you can dump it in a PDF like file, or where you can embed it, actually we call it. So here, when the results are embedded in the PDF file, the most important thing over here is the live report example that we have given, the liveness of the report, which means whenever this report is invoked, it is going to fetch the live data, the current data, and is not going to show you the old antiquated data. This is the most important feature.